the Next Gen Nerd Podcast. Glad to have you back with us. I am the Next Gen Nerd, CJ Burrows, and today we are talking about Legos. So I have a buddy of mine from church, and we've been talking about all kinds of stuff. I mentioned him, I think, on the last show, where he has listened to so much of the show that we made his Spotify Wrapped. Super pumped to have him on the show today, my buddy Kaspar. We're going to be talking about Legos in a little bit. And like the last episode, it's difficult to come up with like recommendations necessarily in the vein of Lego, or at least I'm having difficulty. So in just a little bit, instead of doing nerdy recommendations, we're going to do a bracket where I put all the Lego movies and Lego games in, and we're going to see what the best one is by my very scientific way of narrowing down what that looks like. But I'm glad that you're here on the show, and don't forget to comment as we're going through. Like, if you have something you want to share, you disagree with one of my picks, you think that I should go back and play the really old Lego games, which I don't have a whole lot of the really old ones on here, you can definitely make that known. Or if you have an idea for an episode that you want to have, drop a comment so that we can make sure we do those kind of things. Would love to have you be a part of the show, at least, but by leaving comments so I can read it on the show. At most, if you are a really big nerd about something, have you come on and talk about it. But in just a moment, we're going to jump over and do our bracket. So let's take a look and see what the best Lego movie / game is. All right, so let's take a look. I've got, let's see, how many total items. I've randomized this several times. It looks like 22 total items that we're going to go ahead and go through ranking. And we're going to start here at the top and work our way through, and we'll see what comes out on top at the very end. So, first matchup, we have the Batman movie, Lego Batman movie, and Lego Fortnite. So for this, it's not a difficult choice for me at all. Number one, I love the Lego Batman movie. I'm really pumped that they have a Lego Batman movie game coming out in May. It is on my Christmas wish list, my Amazon list, so if you're looking for something to get me, you can jump on that. So it's really not a hard choice. I have played Lego Fortnite a little bit. It felt very much like Minecraft, and not that I don't like Minecraft, but I'm just so worried that I would get sucked in and spend 17 weeks of my life playing that game, trying to build the right thing and doing it the wrong way. It was fun. I played it a little bit, but not turning back, not looking back. Easily, the winner of this matchup is the Batman movie. All right, coming down to the next set of first round, we have DC Supervillains and Lego Movie 2. So that's the movie. DC Supervillains, Lego Movie 2. Now, DC Supervillains, one of the things I really liked about this game is that you get to make your own superhero. And that was a lot of fun, to be able to pick the powers they have, the abilities, the costume, all kinds of things. There's a lot of customization in this one, which is a lot of fun. This is one that I actually never played the story, because Zeke was at the age where he burned through the entire story before I could even get to it and already had stuff there. So I would just go back and unlock stuff. So didn't spend as much time there. Lego Movie 2, this is the one with meta Chris Pratt, where it's Chris Pratt playing the other Chris Pratt kind of thing. So looking at these two, that really is a tough matchup. I'm going to go ahead and, knowing what the next matchup is on that one, I'm going to go Lego Movie 2, push it through, because then it's going to be, if you can see on that screen, that's going to be a little short discussion. All right, Harry Potter and Pirates of the Caribbean, two early Lego games. One of them much more difficult than the other. I remember getting the Xbox One version of the Lego Harry Potter, and my kids were so frustrated because it was like demandingly precise on where you had to place things, which was the difficulty with those early Lego games. Didn't 100% that. Did 100% Pirates of the Caribbean, though, and I do love Pirates of the Caribbean. I know that as a Christian I shouldn't want to be a pirate, but it looks like a lot of fun. The whole freedom on the ocean thing with the boat. Yeah, so definitely Pirates of the Caribbean is going to get moved through on that one. All right, so we have The Hobbit and Lego Builder. This is probably the first Lego game I remember playing. I had to have been in elementary school, late middle school, or early middle school, like somewhere in there. And it was, you take a block and you build a block. You take a block and you build a block. And I remember being so slow on my computer. Like, it was cutting edge technology and my computer was not. And I tried so hard to build something and it was just terrible. So I did not like it. That's an easy no. Hobbit moves through to the next round. All right, Jurassic World and the Ninjago movie. So we talk about this on the interview. The Ninjago movie is definitely not the best of the Lego movies. However, it was they did have some fun moments. Did have fun moments, especially the element of surprise. And anytime I hear the word green, I always go green every time. So it was definitely good. But the Jurassic World game is fantastic. You go through all three of the original movies and the first Jurassic World movie. You get to be dinosaurs. It's some like really big ones. You get to unlock the mosasaur, all those kind of things. Yeah, this was a really good one. Another one that I 100%ed. Jurassic World moves forward. Lego Racers. This was another really early one where you would build Lego race cars and then you do this like sideways track, and it was okay. This is gonna be an easy pick between that and Star Wars: The Skywalker Saga. I'll leave my Skywalker Saga story for the next round. Easy peasy. All right, back to the top. We have Lego Marvel Avengers and the Lego Batman movie. Now, Lego Marvel Avengers is the only superhero one that I've not played all the way through to completion because it felt so similar to the other Lego Marvel games. It really did. I didn't feel like I was unlocking anything new, and the story was not something that was really something I wanted to jump into. So for that, I'm going to go ahead and move forward the Batman movie. Yeah. Lego movie game. So this is the game of the first movie and Lego Incredibles. So the Incredibles, it goes through the first movie and the second movie. There's a lot of heroes in there that have like little tiny little parts in the movie that you get to play as in the game. It was a lot of fun. There were some other Pixar tie-ins. This was one that I played a lot with the kids. They enjoyed playing it as a group. It was had to work together as a team. So for that, the Incredibles is definitely going to move forward to the next one. Lego Movie and Lego Movie 2. There wouldn't be a Lego Movie 2 if there wasn't a Lego Movie. Is Lego Movie better than Lego Movie 2? Unequivocally. You've got Mr. Business, Will Ferrell, who's a great villain. You've got Morgan Freeman as a knockoff Gandalf, So, yes, Lego Movie, because Lego Movie was great, we have all the rest of the stuff that we can appreciate. Got to move it through. All right, Pirates of the Caribbean and Batman 3. Batman 3 was actually the first Lego game that I played with fidelities. Like I mentioned, those early ones that I played a long time ago. And I think maybe I picked up a controller on a couple other of the games. I didn't put the original Lego Star Wars. I did play that one a little bit. Played a little bit, but like one that I played and I enjoyed. And in fact, Lego Batman 3, I have played through to 100% numerous times, many times. Not because I wanted to play it all the way through, but because my kids would delete my saves when I'd be at like 100%. Because why? I don't know. Lego, seriously, if you're paying attention, find some way to prevent my children from deleting my saves. That would be great. And so then I'd have to play all the way back through again. So Pirates of the Caribbean, played through, beat it once. That was enough for me. Lego Batman 3, I do enjoy playing as those characters. It's a great story looking at the different Lantern Corps. Lego Batman 3, hands down. All right, so this is the Lego Ninjago movie game. That versus the Hobbit. I did play a lot of the Ninjago game. I don't remember playing hardly any of the story. Like, I think, again, this one was that Zeke just obliterated, and then I went through and was like unlocking things because I like to have that 100%. I really do want to have that. So I didn't play that one as much as The Hobbit. The Hobbit was a fun game, to introduce my kids to the thematic elements of The Hobbit so that we could watch those movies without them being too scared. So for that, I'm going to move forward The Hobbit. It won't last for much longer, but it'll move on to that one. Okay, wow. Okay, Jurassic World and Star Wars: The Force Awakens. So Star Wars: The Force Awakens was the first Star Wars Lego game that I played to 100%. It was the first one since they had dialed back the difficulty. The original Star Wars games are super difficult. Not super difficult, but like you had to be really precise. This one was much more kid-friendly. Played this one with the kids. This one, I'm trying to remember which movies it went through. Maybe it just went through The Force Awakens. Maybe it was just that. But again, 100%ed it, enjoyed it. It was fun. Had some added stuff in there. I'm going to move that one through past Jurassic World. Indiana Jones 2 and Marvel Superheroes. Indiana Jones 2, was a free game on Xbox. When Xbox Game Pass, you get 2 free games a month. I remember downloading and playing it. It was fun. It definitely was like The Hobbit, allowed me to introduce some scarier elements from the Indiana Jones movies so that we could watch them later. Like, oh, you've already seen this in Lego format, which made it easier. Marvel superheroes. I'm trying to remember what the story of that one was. I think that one might have been with Galactus. I think that one was the one with Galactus. But that was really neat to be in New York, to be able to walk around that open world, to see all those things, to play as the Marvel characters. Yeah, that's another one that I would play again. And you get to, like, I remember the vehicles being able to fly around was really cool, or Iron Man being able to fly around. Yeah, so Marvel superheroes, definitely going to move that one forward. And then we have Star Wars Skywalker Saga and Marvel Superheroes 2. So I'm going to start Marvel Superheroes 2. I remember that was a video game that my mother-in-law got me, and she said so you can play with the kids. And I had to smile. I was like, yes, I will play this with the kids, but I'm also really going to enjoy it by myself. But that one is the one with the alternate worlds. Like, you've got Noir World and Future World and all kinds of stuff like that. And so you would have the different variants of the Marvel heroes. That one, I think, too, boasts the largest character roster. I could be off on that now. That may be different now. But it had the largest character roster at one point of characters you could select. That's a really fun game. Really fun game. The Skywalker Saga, funny enough, I put it on my wish list. And then all of a sudden, it was on my Xbox. And I didn't buy it, but it was there. And not only was it there, but someone had bought the super duper gold version with all the extra characters and extra maps and all the stuff. And it was Asher. Asher was like 3 years old. And it was at a period of time where he was getting out of his bed at night. And we didn't know that he was like getting up and sitting on the couch and playing video games for hours, like in the middle of the night. And then he'd be exhausted the next day. And so one night he got in there. I didn't have a password on my credit card, whatever, to buy on the Xbox store. And so he wanted to play it. And so he bought it. And I think Xbox at that time had like a 60-minute, like you can play for 60 minutes, and if you don't like it, you can turn back in. But he had played for hours before I even woke up and realized that we had this game. And so he bought it. Also, I was at 89% of 100%. And it's a huge game. And that same kid, Asher, deleted my save. And so it's like, I don't know if I'm ever going to play that game again because I was so close. I probably will, but it'll be a while. Wow, picking between those two, that's difficult. Whatever I pick is going to win the next round. It just is. Which one would I be more excited to go and play? I think I would be more excited to go and play probably Marvel Superheroes 2 over Skywalker Saga. Yeah, that's how I'll make that decision. All right. We got 3 rounds left. We'll go quicker. Batman movie or The Incredibles game? Batman movie. I've already mentioned I love the Batman movie. I'm gonna go watch it now. I think I might watch that tonight. Batman movie, Lego movie, or Batman 3. I'm gonna go Batman 3. If I had to watch the Lego movie or get to play some Batman 3, I'm gonna do that. The Hobbit or Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Star Wars: The Force Awakens. Yeah. And then Marvel Superheroes 2, Marvel Superheroes 2. Okay, that was quick, painless. Now we're coming down to the wire. Lego Batman movie or Lego Batman 3. I'm going to pick Lego Batman 3 because as much as I love the Batman movie, I spent many more hours on Batman 3 on the game than the movie, and that will be true continuing forward. I will spend more time playing the game than watching the movie. If this was the Lego Batman movie game, it might be different, but it's not. So that one moves forward to the finals. And then Star Wars: The Force Awakens or Marvel Superheroes 2. I'm going to go Marvel Superheroes 2. And so now it comes down to DC versus Marvel. And if you know me, you know that I definitely lean one way. I'll enjoy both. Let's see. So Marvel Superheroes 2, excellent roster. Batman 3, I think a better story. Better story there. Marvel Superheroes 2, you've got the alternate worlds. Batman 3, you have all the worlds of the Lanterns. Favorite character playing as Marvel Superheroes 2, probably be, I usually pick Iron Man because he can do just about anything, like unlock anything. It's the same thing with Batman 3 and Martian Manhunter. But if I had to pick one of those, I'd pick Martian Manhunter. So, Lego Batman 3. Oh, there we go. So, the number one Lego game, in my humble opinion, is Lego Batman 3. So, if you haven't played it yet, it's a classic. It came out like 20 years ago. So, check it out, get it, play it. It's be awesome. So, after this, we're going to go jump into our interview. So, let's get nerdy. What's up, my nerds? Like I mentioned at the top of the show, I am here with my buddy Kaspar. We go to church together, and when he found out I had a podcast, I mentioned this on the last show, he listened to it so much that it made it into his Spotify Wrapped, that he listened to it for a whole day. It was like, you need to find something else to do. Like, no one listens to this podcast, but you did for a whole day. And he goes, all right, so I've listened to it. Now here are the 9 topics that I want to talk about. And so I looked at those topics. I said, let's talk about Lego. And I'm excited to talk about Lego with Kaspar. Kaspar, how are you doing today, bud?
I'm doing pretty great. It's had a good day today, a pretty good week. Now I'm on a podcast, so that's check that off the bucket list.
That's it, man. That's it. So I had my buddy Matt on a couple weeks ago, and actually, as we were talking, I just dropped that episode like 20 minutes ago. And when we were talking before the episode, he goes, Elijah, his 12-year-old was like, "I'm so excited, my dad's gonna be on YouTube," and that was his highlight. So, Kaspar, 2 questions I like to ask at the top of every show, or at the beginning of every interview. The first one is what's something exciting or life-giving going on in your life now? So this is just, man, this is exciting right now, or this is something I really like to think about, just to kind of give us a good high place to start off on.
Oh, yeah. All right, well, I've recently started a new job, and that's been going really well. Yeah.
What do you do for work?
Months.
Huh? What do you do for work?
What do I do for work? In the trades, HVAC, working with WWGA, so they're a mechanical contractor. So that's commercial buildings. He's doing a lot of commercial HVAC, essentially.
Nice. Very nice.
Haven't gotten super far into it just yet because I'm still only couple.
Very nice.
Couple weeks. Yeah.
Very cool.
There's that. Also recently got married, so that's still...
It's still a positive thing. Awesome.
Oh, yes.
Listen, at almost 19 years, it can be a positive thing for a long time. It sure can. So that's really cool. Really cool. So we're talking about Lego, but besides Lego, what are some other of your nerdy interests, things that you really enjoy digging into?
Okay. Definitely, I'd say... Brandon Sanderson books, his whole Cosmere collection.
Which has got a show coming out soon.
Yes. Well, I don't know if it'll be soon, but yeah.
It's been announced, so it's soon to me.
I just don't know if they're going to do Mistborn first or the Stormlight Archives. Either one would be super cool to see in live action. That's going to be exciting. Very
cool.
Exciting. Yeah. Other nerdy topics. I mean, Lego's the big one, obviously. Yeah. Those 2. Right now, I am listening to the Wheel of Time series, and just today I started book 8 out of 14. So.
Nice. Very nice.
Long in that.
So some of my a series that I really enjoy is called the Bobaverse. And I'm trying to remember. I think it's Peter Clines is the author. I can't remember now. But whoever the author is, they just had another book that just came out. And so I was listening to it, and it's the same author and the same narrator. And so it feels like an extension, even though it's not in the Bobaverse. It feels like an extension of it. And it was funny at first because I was like, man, this sounds so familiar. And then I was like, oh, that's right. Same author, same whatever. Yes, I really enjoy listening to books. I was listening to Ninjas or Butterflies today, and they were talking about the word, like, reading a book. It's like, does listening still count? And it's like, yes, of course still counts. Thoroughly enjoy listening to a book and getting the story and enjoying that. So very cool. Very cool. So we're talking about Lego today. And so I want you to give me a brief history of what you know about Lego, and also, like, why you love Lego. Like why it is that we're talking about this today, of any topic. Your understanding of the history and the history for you.
Yeah. So I'm not like super steeped in like the whole entire history of how the company got started and all that. I know there's been more than one point in their history where they were, on the brink of going bankrupt and some other things, but I've never like that just hasn't interested me as much as like the product itself. For me,
Right.
it's all about the product. It's the Legos themselves. Um, Probably one of the main things. I mean, I'm a very like obviously when I was a kid, I liked you know toys that were you could do things with them. Whereas like a toy cap gun, it's only ever a cap gun. Toy car, it's only ever a toy car. But with Legos, you could take it apart and put it back together into something completely different, or the same thing but a little different. There's just all this creative freedom that you have with Legos, and something they used to do a lot with a lot of their older sets, and they've started to do it a little bit with some what do they call them themes, is on the box art it would show like an alternate build. So back in the day you'd get a set that's like a tower or something, and they would show on the back of it you could also build it like a wall section of like a battlement or something for like a castle thing. And they would just try little things to get your creative juices flowing. And I've just that idea just really works for me a lot. They don't give instructions to build those alternate builds, but it's just that idea. As a kid, I had a little sister, or still have a little sister, obviously, but she'd get into my room, break up my new Lego set that I just finished building, and I'm like, well, I've rebuilt this 3 times now. Let's build it into something different this time, and it's just great. One of the other main things I've really enjoyed about Lego is that, especially in recent years, they have broadened their horizons a lot as far as like what kinds of things they'll make. And so it's to the point where like just about doesn't matter who you ask, you can find a Lego set that matches their interests. So like my mom is not a hands-on builder type of person, but she really enjoys piano and music in general. There's a Lego piano set, so I got her that, and that's something I really like, is gifting people like a Lego set that's like catered to their interests. So like right before we started recording, I mentioned to you they have a Voltron Lego set.
Listen, my birthday is December 29th. Christmas is December 25th. If you at any point feel like dropping, I'm sure it is not cheap at this point. But
no, it's off the shelves and it has been for a little bit, so you got to get it on
the dark webs.
Secondhand.
Yeah. Listen, I'll keep my eyes open. We were at I was at my local comic book store, and they had a die-cast Voltron set. It was only like $350. I said, Carrie, come on, do we really need to eat this week? Like, we don't have to eat this week. Let's just go ahead and get this Voltron set. Although I did look at my my Cash App account where my like tutor money goes into, and that number's getting a little bigger, and we're going to MegaCon in about a month. And so who knows what I might pick up while I'm there. That'll be fun. So, all right, so I'm thinking about my history with Lego. So I remember growing up, and you would get the sets, and it was a million pieces, and the instructions were hard for me to figure out because I don't know why. They just were when I was a kid.
And instructions were terrible.
And so you build whatever. I remember the first 2 sets that I remember building, looking at, going, this is what it's supposed to look like, and being super excited. It was 2 Star Wars sets. I had Anakin's Pod Racer. I had that, and I had an A-Wing snow speeder from Empire Strikes Back. Like, I had those 2.
Set.
And I remember building those and thinking they looked so cool. And so I got fishing line and attached it to my ceiling fan in my bedroom. So if I did it on low speed, they would like fly around in circles. And I thought I was the coolest kid that's ever existed. Like I remember looking at that going like, that is amazing. And I mean, I really was the coolest kid that ever existed, but I really thought that it was amazing that I did that. So I remember
Okay.
those were my first two, and they're just little small sets, right? That I remember
Oh yeah.
building. Um,
I totally thought you were gonna say, and I turned the ceiling fan on, and it smashed into the
Oh
wall.
no! But if you went like medium speed, like when it was on low, like they would kind of hover, and so you'd be like, okay, it looks like when you went medium, they went
That's
straight out, straight out, and it was like they were just holding on. But
yeah.
no, that is good. That is good. So I remember that, and I didn't really get a whole lot of Legos until I was an adult, and then it was fun to be able to have something to have hands on, to build, to look at, for it just to be like, oh, like this is something that I made that I can display. And
Oh yeah.
so like that's, I mean, of course, playing with Legos, especially when I have a buddy who he had his whole room was Legos at one point. Like his bed was under a table, and it was all tables, all stuff, like a whole big world. It's like, I guess we'll lay right here so we don't knock anything over. But I remember that. So what were like two or three of your best sets? You're like, man, I love building these. These are my favorites. I go back to. What were some of the ones that you're like I remember these, and I'll remember these forever.
Oh yeah. So I've got one of them pulled up on the browser. Uh, I think it's that first one. It's called Vladik's Dark Fortress. This was a castle theme. So it. Oh goodness, what is that? All right. Sorry,
You're good.
Discord's trying to make me do a survey, and I don't want to take a survey right now. I just want to. Okay. Um. So that
Share screen.
first cap share screen. Oh, I didn't click that. Is it? Oh, right there. Okay. It popped up here. Okay. And there. Okay. Do you
Boom.
have?
Nice.
All right. Cool. So, this set is actually the first like large set my parents ever got for my brother and I. We were on vacation. At the time, it retailed for around $100, and that was like the absolute largest Lego set we had ever gotten. It was incredible, and honestly, in my opinion, this set still holds up as far
Nice.
as like detailing and like it. When you see it in person, like it has a big presence. Like
Mm,
it's dominates the space. It's this, the bad guys fortress in this theme, um, and it does a very good job of accomplishing that. It's imposing, it's dark, it's got all kinds of, I don't know if you can see like where my mouse is, but these kind of like catapults on the side. Um, it's got like a bucket of lava you can drop on the people trying to get into the fort. So I mean, it's got all kinds of play features for when I was a kid. It was fantastic to play with as an adult. It's fantastic to look at. So I mean, this to this day is still my favorite set.
nice.
You know,
Very
but
cool.
mostly for nostalgia. But it's also just uh, you know really great. It comes with all four of the main characters of this theme, and something they did with the instruction manual is they have the like a comic book in the back that it doesn't really have any words in it, just these little pictures illustrating the story, so you kind of know what's going on. But you got your four main characters. They're the good guy knights, and then you got the one like bad guy knight with his army, and they're called shadow knights. And they got the little scorpion banners. It's just a fantastic theme altogether. But this was the largest set of the theme, so that was really great memories, like getting that as a kid and building it and playing with it, and then as an adult I actually went back through the old bin and tried to find as many of the original pieces from that set as I could. Was missing well over half of them, and I did that, but I was like, man, I just really want to put this thing back together. And so I went and bought the pieces that I couldn't find or didn't have anymore. Some of them were broken. Went and restored this set. Some of it was even like the original pieces from when I had it. When I was like 7, maybe. Yeah, you know. And took a while, but eventually got all the pieces, put it back together, and I was like, man, this thing holds up. It's just fantastic. Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. So there's that one. I mean, there was a good earlier you were asking about like my personal history with Lego. So I mean, for me, it was the main toy we had, and I just loved it. And that was the only toy I ever wanted. So every birthday, that was what I wanted. And then like around 12 or 13, I was kind of thinking, I'm getting a little too old for, kids' toys. And, so I got out of it for a while. And then I was, whenever the movie Infinity War was coming out for the, Marvel Infinity War. Let me get the share screen thing. So when Infinity War came out, I'm trying to get this other screen to be shared. Anyway.
So you can turn off screen share and turn it back on if you needed to change it.
Oh, yeah, that might work. Yeah, that'll probably do it. Okay, and then I'll go over here. Oh, here we go. Okay, so I was... Gosh, when did this set come out? It was 2018. So I was 16 or 17, and I saw this set, and there's just several things that they introduced, like Rocket and Groot, and like I've always liked the odd looking minifigures because they're like very special pieces. They look cool. And it was a cheap set. I was at the mall and I saw it, and like I kept circling back to it and looking at it and like, man, I kind of want to get this. What am I doing? I'm almost an adult. This is ridiculous. But I kept coming back to it and I was like, oh gosh, it's really kind of cool. It's not even expensive. And with this wave, they had like each set had a different Infinity Stone, so you'd get all the sets and collect all the stones, and they even have like an Infinity Gauntlet piece that's like this giant golden glove, and the little stones actually fit into the different little facets on that glove piece, for like a really large Thanos figure. Really cool. And I bought it, and like I'm at the checkout, I'm like, I don't even know why I'm doing this. This is so stupid. I should be over this, childish stuff. And got home, put it together, and I just had a blast. It was so much fun just putting this together and like just looking at all the, looking at the characters and just like seeing, some of the details and things. And from then I was just like, I don't care. This is too much fun. I'm having fun. I enjoy this. It's childish to think you're too grown up for something, So that was this was the set that got me back into my favorite hobby.
Nice.
And I'd say the other major like milestone or whatever would be the final tab that I got is, pull this up. This one is called the Medieval Blacksmith Shop. So this one, you can probably tell a little bit of an interest of mine is like the medieval stuff,
right.
knights and all that. I love it. And this set just has so many details in it. Um, it doesn't have all the photos, but there's 3 levels to this one, and there's just so many really cool details. It's a beautiful like standalone piece, as you know, like that European architecture, wooden arches and the tile roof and all that. But even as like as blacksmithing and stuff goes, like it's fairly accurate in that regard too. With like the different tools and things they have, and then it's on the inside of the building at each level. Like one level is the shop itself, the next level is like a kitchen area, and then the third level is like the bedroom. And there's just like so many little details that it like actually feels like a believable place,
Right.
But this set, it was the first set that I had personally purchased that was a good bit over $100.
Mm.
And I clicked buy, and I felt absolutely zero of that, like, ooh, I just spent money. Didn't feel a bit of that.
Right.
Dangerous. Because I could easily spend any amount and not feel bad about it at all. So like this was the thing that made me realize I should really put a bit of a leash on my spending when it comes to that. That was a little wake up call.
That was like the time I went.
But it's so.
I went into the comic book store, and the stack that they set there that they had pulled for me was like this tall, and they start scanning all of those prices, and I'm like, I cannot spend this much money on comics. Like I'm like,
that number go
oh
up.
my gosh! I'm like, I need you to remove this one and this one and this one. Yeah. It's starting to creep up a little bit now. Not too bad. It's not there yet, but I get it. I understand. You were talking, and I was looking at some other sets. It's like, man, there's some sets that I want to get. None of them that I'm looking at right now are over $100 because I'm not there. I want little things that I can put right up here on the shelf. I'm looking at.
Oh yeah.
I'm looking. They've got like just a small DeLorean from Back to the Future, and I'm like, that would go great right next to my. I've got Doc Brown, and I
have a big $100. That's like huge. I think it's massive.
That would be great too, but I don't know that I need to do that. But anyways, love it. All right, so best sets. Those are your best sets. Those are your memories. Let's talk about some of the extra stuff that Lego's done. Right. So you're mentioning the comic at the back of the Vlad's Tower, and there was no words, and it reminded me of the original Lego games where they would be set in some universe, but they didn't say anything. It was like that was the only noise they would make. I mean, now they've got like full dialogue and they're telling a story, and it's it is what it is. But so Lego games. I'm sure you played Lego games. I definitely jumped back into Lego with those because those are nice and easy, fun, friendly ones to play with kids because the violence is nil, and you get infinite lives, and you can play in your favorite sandbox. So, Lego games, Lego movies, your thoughts?
The only Lego games I've personally played was growing up. We had the Wii, and then I had Lego Indiana Jones and Lego Indiana Jones 2, and then a little bit later on, I had Lego Pirates of the Caribbean. So those were the only 3 that I played. I know there's also Star Wars, Lord of the Rings, Jurassic World. There's a bunch of them.
Right.
At least for like the gaming side of it, that was a level of gaming that at the time that was like the perfect difficulty level for me because it was more of a puzzle game, really. How do you get to the next room and all that. So I enjoyed those 3 that I had quite a bit. Now I know it's a level of difficulty that it's not really the type of video game I'm usually interested in playing. But,
They're definitely easier.
If
They're definitely easier. Although the most recent Star Wars one, it did take a turn into more difficult, and so there was that, and it was a huge game. The Skywalker Saga was huge, but I remember when the kids started playing the Harry Potter one, and they'd gone from super easy to the early Harry Potter game, and they were getting so mad because in those early ones it had to be like very perfect where you said it, and they were like, I don't want to play this. Like, this is hard. Yeah. So Lego games. What about Lego movies? Did you enjoy any of the Lego movies? We got Ninjago, Batman, Lego Movie 1, Lego Movie 2.
Yeah, no, when they first announced the Lego movie, the first one, that was pretty cool. I saw it in theaters twice. Once with some of my friends that were going, and then another time my dad took the family to go watch it. And honestly, I think it's a great movie. Lego Batman. That's so. When I was dating my wife, on one of our early dates, I don't even remember how it came up, but she mentioned that the Lego Batman movie was one of her favorite movies, like top 10. And then, I heard that, I was like, okay,
meant to be.
There's some potential here. But yeah, no, they're good. They do a good job of putting a good bit of clean humor into it. I do think it would be super, super cool if they were legitimately stop motion. But I mean, they're like...
That would take forever.
Generated Lego-looking, stop-motion-looking movie. But they do a fantastic job of making it look real. I mean, like, there'll be, like, fingerprints on some of the pieces to make it look like somebody put this thing together and, then taken the photo and moved it and taken the photo. So, I mean, they do a fantastic job of making it look as authentic as possible. But I know that would take years to make a movie like that in stop motion with all of it's very fast paced. Like, you see a brick built explosion going up, and I mean, that would be thousands of pieces to make that, and to build it in a way where it moves the way it does when it's playing the movie. So I definitely understand why they don't make it like authentic stop motion, but they're very good movies. Lego Ninjago movies, not my favorite of them.
It's not. But anytime anyone says the color green, I go, green. And anytime I've met anybody whose name is Lloyd, I call them Lloyd. And so, there's those little pieces that's like, no, that's perfect. That's...
extremely close. Now, it did get one of the best laughs out of me out of all of the Lego movies was when Lloyd was trying to say, like, could I get a different element? Can I get this? And he said, what about the element of surprise? And he goes, no, that's the fusion ninja.
Yes, yeah.
And then the little, like, pink ninja comes out of the side and goes, surprise!
Yes, that was a good one. I mean,
totally popping out hard. That one had me rolling.
Definitely lower on the tier. It definitely is. Funny enough, the next Lego game that's coming out is Lego Batman the movie, the game. And so...
Oh, wow.
Yep. So that one's on my list. All right. So in my background, I've got several Lego things. I've got Groot. I've got Paul Walker / Vin Diesel's Skyline here. But I also have knockoff Office Legos up here, which if you were to zoom in, you would notice that it's all messed up because it fell recently, and I haven't gotten to put all the pieces back together. But they're not Lego Legos. They're off-brand Legos. And so I want to ask you your experience with it's like the grocery store Pop-Tarts of Legos. You know what I mean? Like, grocery store Pop-Tarts are just nasty. Now, my sister got me this for Christmas. Stephanie, I love it. It's in my backdrop. It'll always be there. but the product of putting together that versus putting together actual Legos, it's a different feel, right? Why is that? Like, what is that?
So to the best of my knowledge, a lot of it comes down to how good of a brick system it is, and like the people making them. There's a certain level of quality control that Lego does. I mean, they are very meticulous with their quality control. I've bought I don't know how many Lego sets, and I've only had a missing piece one time in
Yeah,
all
yeah.
of them. And they've also got the customer service. So I just put in, I bought this set, it was missing this piece, and then they sent it to me free of charge, no shipping, nothing, just that one little brick. Um, and so I mean, obviously they're a larger company, so they're able to do all that. So they have that level of quality that they've gotten. They didn't start there. There's some sets, I think it was around like 2006 to 8 or something, where like they were messing around with what's called the clutch power. Is basically just how well the bricks lock together.
Mm.
And there were some bricks that were like basically too tight and would end up separating themselves over time. So like when you're building the off-brand sets, the main thing is um, how tight is the tolerance of how closely do the pieces actually fit together when you've got your stud and stud receiver. How well do they grab each other? And the quality control of, you know, they are all the pieces there. And then probably also material. I know Lego uses ABS plastic. I'm not sure what specific plastic the knockoffs use. But I've received knockoff from other people, and I was like, it's a gift. I'll build it. I'll put it together. I'll keep it. I'll just keep it separate from like the
We
actual.
don't want it contaminating the real Legos. If it contaminates the real Legos, then who knows what could happen? It's an
Yeah.
abomination.
Yeah, I will say I have heard there's a few people on online that I follow that they don't like how expensive Lego has
Mm.
gotten in recent years, and that is a legitimate concern. I mean, you're talking some sets that a couple years ago would have been a $30 set, now it's a $50 set.
Right.
So I mean, I understand people that look for like good alternatives, and I've seen there are some, I don't remember what any of them are called, but there are some um, very good contenders as far as quality, where like the pieces themselves, they have that nice glossy finish. They've got a nice snap when you put it together. They've got high quality instruction manuals. So there are some, I know they exist, but that's not really an area I've delved
Right.
into. I I'm loyal to the OG,
That
the
works.
LEG.
That works. So we talked about licensed sets, right? All the different. There's all kinds of stuff. What have you not seen that you
Mhm.
really wish they would license some sets in? That you'd be like, I got to buy 10 of these. That's what I have to do.
Ooh, yeah. So it's a little odd. So all right, my favorite TV show is Adventure Time.
Okay.
Um, that's that's just what it is. Um, but now Lego did make 4 minifigures of 4 different characters in the show. It was for their video game. They were trying to do like the whole like Skylanders thing, where like you've got the toy that you put on the console, and then you get that character in the game.
Right.
Lego had their version of that, and you'd get these little minifigures with a little electronic tile that it would stand on, but the figure itself is just a Lego figure. So they made several different characters that only ever appeared in that series.
Mm.
So if I could get them to make a set based off of that, I'd say give us an Adventure Time Lego set, like an actual set, or maybe even a minifigure series where we just get all the characters. That would be really really cool. Because I think they would do a better job of it now than they did before. Which the characters they made, they're okay. They're good, but I think they could do a lot better now. The printing on the torsos, and now they do like leg printing and side of the arm printing, side of the leg. Like they do so much more with minifigures now than they did before. If you were to ask me that question a couple years ago, I would have said Zelda, but they've now got 2 Zelda sets.
Check that box.
Yes. So I when they announced that second one, I pre-ordered that instantly.
Nice. All right. So when I've got a Maker Faire the last couple of years, Maker Fairs in Orlando, or there is a Maker Faire in Orlando, and they in the kids tent, they have these people that make these giant Lego builds that are super detailed. They have one that's like a perpetual motion machine. It's not a perpetual motion machine because they got whatever, but like it moves these balls all through whatever. Yeah. So just crazy builds. What are some of the crazy builds you've seen? You're like, man, this was, Yeah,
so I haven't seen a whole lot of things like that in person, but I've seen online videos of people at cons, showing off their creation. Seen some really cool Lord of the Rings, like 5 armies battle scenes where they've just got hundreds of minifigures lined up. And those are really cool just because sheer number of like figures, like all in their lines, army all over the place. I've seen some very impressive like architecture buildings. Like there's specific like historical church buildings and things that people will build, like this specific cathedral. Beautiful builds. The level of detail some people get into is incredible. I think of some really interesting ones. In the Lego bonsai tree, in the back of the manual, there's a bunch of different like not really alternate builds, but like the creator made a bunch of different versions of the bonsai tree, and so some of them are like different kinds of trees, and then some of them are just wacky things. Like one of them's a generic minifigure, and it's a bunch of this generic minifigure like leaves all over this bonsai tree, or like the brick separator piece, the little orange,
the
like,
little tool thing. Yeah.
They made one where it was a bunch of those as like the foliage on the tree. So I mean, there's some like pretty creative stuff. No, one that was kind of funny to me is it's well known in the fandom that the color brown Lego pieces are very brittle. Like people call it brittle brown. And now I think they changed like something with the color to hopefully make it stand up to aging a little bit better. But anything from this year to this year, if it's a brown piece from that time period, it's extremely likely that it'll crack as soon as you even connect it to another piece. It'll just pop apart. And so somebody built like a giant broken Lego piece out of smaller pieces, like that fit together, regular pieces to make this giant broken Lego piece.
Nice.
In different sections. That was a pretty cool one. Yeah.
Very cool. All right, let's make it a little personal here. If you were to make a custom minifig of Kaspar, what would it look like? What would the minifig of Kaspar look like?
I would say it would probably look a little something like me.
I would hope so.
But are you talking like my Lego alter ego, or?
So I just mean like if there was a so for me, like I'm thinking for me, It would have a baseball cap. It would probably have some kind of printed shirt, whatever nerdy shirt.
Mhm.
It
You could
would.
have your next gen nerd
Oh
logo print.
yes, definitely, definitely. I'm trying to think like the accessories that would come with it. That would that.
Is the video game controller piece.
There you go. Yes, that'd be good.
Um,
I mean, then I would quickly take the head off and put it on like Obi-Wan's body. Like I would definitely do that. Like, haha, I'm now Obi-Wan. Yes, yes. I would die for Obi-Wan's hair. Nope, not gonna happen. Uh, Asher asked yesterday. He's like, "What's under your hair?" And I go, "Skin. Skin's under my hair." And he goes like, "Bald skin?" And I'm like, "Yes. If all my hair was gone, it would be bald skin." Thank you, son, for that. So that's what I'm saying. Like,
you can let me show you, and then just like shave his head bald and be like,
yes.
"That's what's under your hair."
Which, funny enough, when we went to DC, we went to the Spy Museum, and they take your picture, and they like give you like a spy alter, like a disguise or whatever. And mine, I picked a child. Next time I see you, I'll show you the picture. It's horrific. I'm gonna go ahead and post it in Instagram and highlight this episode. It looks like my brother, because they left my mustache, but they took my beard out because I said I wanted to be a kid, and they gave me like this weird like rain hat. It looks so funny. Asher's, he wanted to look like an adult, and it made him bald, and he looked like an alien. Like, it did not look good. It was a little scary. I'm gonna post both of them. So yeah, I'm gonna post them in the show notes as we're talking about this. Yeah. So what does your minifig look like? I mean, it could be like your alter ego. It could be you in a suit of armor with a lightsaber. I don't know. Like, if you were like, this is me as a minifig that I would put on the dash of my truck as I'm driving around, so I can look at it and go, there I am. What would it look like?
I would probably have they make a red flannel shirt with like a white undershirt. So it's
Yes.
like unbuttoned flannel shirt.
Yes.
That's me all the way. I would have that torso piece with some moppy hair.
Nice.
Hair piece. And then I'd probably want like two different face. They make the double printed heads, so you can have different face expressions. Which actually for my wedding, I made little Lego minifigure like cake toppers with actual minifigures, and so like I was scrolling through like all the different faces that they've made over the years. There's a lot. There are so many, but I found one that pretty well resembled me. So I've kind of already got a Lego me.
Perfect.
And then I used a Bruce Wayne in a blue suit minifigure, got that, and just popped this head on there and found some hair that worked. And that's what I did. But one of the faces on that is like a smile with like kind of like squinty parts near the eyes where my eyes wrinkle a little bit, and that matched pretty good, so I used that. So that would probably be like one of the faces on there, and then the other one might just be like a regular smirk or something.
Nice. I like it.
Yeah, definitely that shirt and some moppy hair. That'd be me.
Nice.
Kind of the next step, though.
All right, so last real kind of thinking question. Where could Lego go next? At one point they moved into Technic, right? And I remember having the Technic set when I was in elementary school, and we would build things with that, and and they've used that for all kinds of stuff. The Technic set. They went to Prime to build robots. They've moved into like an artistic area where you can make like paintings and punch all the Legos in, and they got the terrible bus and things like that. It's like, what's the next thing? Like, this would be really cool if Lego went here. I've got an idea where I think would be really cool. You tell me what you think would be like. I think that'd be really neat.
Yeah. Mostly, I think they should continue the what's it called, like build together sets where it's one box, but it's got like 2 or 3 different instruction manuals, and it tells you, this instruction manual uses bags 1 and 2. This one is 3 and 4, and so like you can actually build this set with somebody else. They've done it like a little bit. I think they should do it more. I think that's a really cool idea, because like it's a good way for people to build Legos together, and it's not
Yeah.
like you have to buy two sets to be able to build it. You can buy one set, and you build that part, and I build this part, and so there's that. That and maybe more. Something they used to do was like these really unique, large figures,
Mm.
like the Star Wars Rancor, which I mean, this thing is like this tall. It's got these super cool, like big arms and these specialized like finger pieces. They used to do that all the time, and then now they pretty much just have this like standard big fig is what they call it. And so every time a set has a big fig, it's the same one pretty much, but different color, different printing. And I mean, they're still cool, but like there used to be something more.
Yeah.
That's what I wish they would go back to, is making these really unique, you know, large figures for like monsters and different things.
Nice. Nice. I don't know why in my head I was thinking like yes, you could take any set and make it house decor, right? Like I know that, whatever. Giant Millennium Falcon on your kitchen table. Like you could totally do that. But I had this
yeah.
But like taking the idea of the the potted plants, the whatever, and having like building something that you could use in your home, right? Like it's nice, it's decor, whatever else. And in my head, it was like the holder for all your kitchen, like the spatulas and the spoons and everything else. And it was like Lego, like boop, there you go.
Okay.
I was thinking that, but I was also thinking, like something to be able to like, because you got all kinds of flex and pivots, whatever else, but having like making like the Thanos glove, but that you could like actually put on and play with, or like a Batman glove that you could put on and anyways that you build and then you get to wear. Those were the things I thought of.
More like household functional Lego pieces.
That would be fantastic. Spoons out of Legos that you eat.
That'd be hard to clean. Clean all the stuff.
It would. It would be the spoon piece would click on the end, and then you would click that off and put that in the dishwasher, and the handle. Yes. Yep. There we go.
Yeah, I think I've done picture frames. So
Okay.
it's like I don't know if it's buildable or if it's just like a picture frame with Lego studs on it that you can put other Lego pieces on. I think they might have done both at one point, but that'd be a neat one. Maybe some sort of like Lego jewelry box or something where you got little drawers that come out.
There you go. All kinds of stuff.
Yeah.
Speaking of Prime Legos, they did battle bots at like Butler Middle School today. So the kids had to build battle robots and program it. And Gainey, the guy that does coding robotics at the school, he was like, if you build one, you get a B. If it doesn't move, you still get a B. If it moves, you get an A. Like, well done. You programmed it and it moved. If it actually fights, you get extra credit. Extra credits, he was like it's not easy building a battle robot to go ahead and he was having them not like remote control, like you're going to steer left or right, like writing, like programming, like move here, do this, so that it was like on its own, automated, see what happens. It's tough stuff. If someone wanted to get into Lego, right? They said, I'm going to start somewhere. Like, what would your recommendation be?
I would steer them toward. I would ask them what interests do you already have, and then depending on those interests is the buy-in level. So, like I mentioned that Voltron set earlier, that's a big set, a lot of pieces. It's an expensive set. It's also not on the shelves at stores all over the place anymore. But no, I'd say like find whatever your interest is. So I mean, there's always Star Wars stuff. There's always Harry Potter stuff.
$639 on Amazon if you want to get the Voltron set. So
I would not use Amazon. It's very rare that they actually have a good price. But no, Bricklink is the place to go.
Bricklink?
Bricklink. That is the not aftermarket, but like
Third party?
That's where third party, yes. Well, actually, Lego ended up buying the website now. But so now it's owned by Lego. um, but yeah, everybody's like their independent store in the website, and they upload their inventory, and then you can go into their store, pick out what you want, and sometimes it's broken down into sets, pieces, minifigures, and then like other. So you can actually buy original boxes, you can buy original manuals, even like some of the, they call it gear items. So like the foam swords that they made for certain, you can find pretty much everything. Now somebody has to list it for it to be available, obviously. So like not everything is available all the time, but like I'm sure you can find the Voltron set on there.
I'm scanning now. I'm gonna. I mean, it's quite the list. So.
Yeah. Oh yeah. It's everything. It still looks like the website was built in like the 90s, so it's a lot of like just a list of all the different themes and then sub lists within it. But you can find pretty much anything there.
Oh, I'm looking. Well, Kaspar, thanks for coming and talking Legos with me. Anything you want to plug? Anything you got going on?
No, I'm not really a content creator, so
just give it time.
We'll possibly later on this year, I'll have my own Bricklink store. So
nice.
Nice. If not this year, next, you could buy Legos from me. So that's
nice.
Something in the works.
Well, thanks, man, for coming on, and we'll have to chat again soon. Record. Thank you for joining us for the show and hanging with us till the end here. Be sure to leave a comment for us. Tell us all the wrong decisions we made on our bracket. Tell us what we needed to add, what we needed to change. Would love to hear that. Also, if you have a topic you want covered on the show, go ahead and drop it in the comments as well, and we'll see what we can do to find an expert to go ahead and talk about it. We've got some other shows coming up. I'm not sure what topics we've got. I know we've got one that's been, again, just hanging out there for a while. The Art of War with my brother-in-law, Rocky. We want to talk about fast cars with my brother, Logan. I know I've talked to the Nerdlings, just trying to figure out some topics to cover with them. If you enjoyed last episode with Matt West, we're wanting to do a episode on Kingdom Come. So there's a lot of stuff that's coming up. Excited to have those shows. If you want more of this, engage. The more you engage, the more excited I am to produce. So engage so that we can go ahead and get some other things. If you want to find more episodes, you can go to nextgennerd.com. All our episodes are there in audio form that you can share with anybody on your social media. You can also, of course, look at our YouTube channel and share those on your social media as well. You can email me, nextgennerd at gmail.com, nextgennerd@gmail.com, or you can message me here on these platforms. Leave us a comment, leave us a review. What you share with us, we share with our other listeners and watchers, so do that so that we can enjoy that. I think that is everything for me for this episode, so until next time.
Peace out, Seacrest.